There are stars who inspire respect, and then there is Keanu Reeves, a man whose quiet humility has turned him into Hollywood's most unexpected heartthrob. From Sandra Bullock's secret crush, to Ana de Armas giggling about stunt training, to Carrie-Anne Moss calling him her lifelong partner on screen, it seems that almost every co-star who meets Keanu ends up thirsting over him. But why? Why does the industry keep circling back to Keanu as the ultimate gentleman? Stay with me, because in this video we're going to explore the stories, the hidden meanings, and the cultural reasons why Keanu Reeves has become the man even celebrities can't resist. Humility as a magnet. What makes Keanu's allure different is that it starts not with glamour, but with humility. Octavia Spencer recalls being stranded on the road, ignored by everyone, until Keanu pulled over to help. Drew Barrymore remembers him giving her a birthday motorcycle ride when she was just a teenager. Even interviewers can't resist pointing it out. One famously told him, "You're the nicest guy in the world." Keanu's response? A blush, a laugh, and an attempt to change the subject. He doesn't market niceness, he just lives it. Sandra Bullock, the almost love story. Sandra Bullock admitted she could barely stay serious on the set of Speed. Keanu Reeves was simply too sweet, too considerate, and too handsome. Every time he looked at her during a scene, she confessed later, she struggled to hold back a smile. It wasn't just the adrenaline of making a hit action film. It was the quiet way he carried himself, the way he listened, and the warmth behind his eyes that made the experience unforgettable. Years later, during a talk show appearance, Sandra revealed this secret crush to the world. The audience gasped, partly because the chemistry on screen had always been so obvious, and partly because she admitted that it wasn't an act, it was real. What made the revelation even more incredible was Keanu's response in a separate interview. He revealed that he too had a crush on her at the very same time. Yet neither of them made a move, each assuming the other wasn't interested. That unspoken connection has become one of Hollywood's greatest what-ifs, a story fans never tire of replaying. Imagine two of the most beloved stars of the 1990s, perfectly matched in wit and charisma, both quietly in love but held back by timing and humility. Instead of a scandal or a short-lived romance, what remained was respect and an enduring friendship. Even now, decades later, Sandra lights up when she talks about Keanu. Her laughter softens, her voice takes on a playful tone, and you can see that the fondness has never faded. The two of them continue to share a bond that fans interpret as something deeper than simple friendship. Their chemistry, whether in interviews, red carpet reunions, or casual mentions, remains a fascination, proof that genuine kindness can make attraction safe, dignified, and lasting. In a world where Hollywood relationships often burn fast and fade, Keanu and Sandra's story endures precisely because it never crossed into tabloid territory. It stayed pure, and that purity is what has kept audiences captivated for nearly 3 decades. Alice Eve and Ana de Armas, the newer generation. Alice Eve, who starred opposite Keanu in Replicas, once described him as her therapist on set, not in the literal sense, of course, but in the way he created space for her to be open and vulnerable. She explained that she stopped trying to figure him out or analyze him like she might with other co-stars. Instead, she found herself pouring her thoughts, worries, and emotions into what she called his container of intelligence. That kind of presence, calm, non-judgmental, receptive, is rare in an industry where conversations are often rushed or performative. Keanu wasn't trying to be mysterious. He was simply being present, and that presence became magnetic. Ana de Armas, meanwhile, couldn't hide her admiration for Keanu during their time working together. On The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, she broke into a grin just mentioning his name, calling him awesome, and marveling at his stamina during stunt rehearsals. "I can't complain anymore," she laughed. because Keanu is doing it all. Her reaction was less polished Hollywood anecdote and more the kind of giddiness you'd expect from someone genuinely starstruck. What makes these stories so telling is how consistent they are across generations. Alice Eve and Ana de Armas are part of a younger wave of Hollywood talent, yet they describe the same qualities that Sandra Bullock or Winona Ryder noticed decades earlier: his humility, his focus, his ability to make you feel seen and respected. It proves that Keanu's magnetism isn't locked in nostalgia for the 1990s. It's timeless. His kindness and presence continue to disarm even the brightest rising stars, ensuring that his reputation as Hollywood's most quietly adored figure only grows with time. Winona Ryder, the eternal crush. Winona Ryder's affection for Keanu spans decades. She once confessed to a big, healthy crush, and still calls him one of her favorite people. During Bram Stoker's Dracula, a wedding scene with a real priest led her to joke that she and Keanu might technically be married. Her words aren't casual praise. They sound like devotion, built on years of friendship and respect. Carrie-Anne Moss, partners in time. If Sandra Bullock embodies Keanu's great mist romance, then Carrie-Anne Moss represents something deeper, something that transcends the category of attraction altogether: true partnership. When The Matrix began filming in the late 1990s, Moss was not yet a household name. The physical training demanded by the Wachowskis was unlike anything she had faced before. Months of martial arts drills, wire work, and choreography that pushed every actor to their limit. For Moss, stepping into the role of Trinity was both thrilling and terrifying, and standing beside her through that crucible was Keanu Reeves. She has often said that Keanu's presence was the anchor that kept her going during those punishing sessions. He never treated her as a weaker link or as someone to be carried. Instead, he encouraged her, celebrated her victories, and supported her through setbacks. He trained with her, sweated beside her, and proved through his actions that he saw her as an equal. Moss has called him thoughtful, supportive, and inspiring, qualities that went far beyond the scripts they were handed. This bond between Neo and Trinity bled seamlessly into real life. While audiences saw cinematic chemistry built on tension and trust, Moss experienced firsthand the generosity of a co-star who never let ego interfere with collaboration. In interviews, she often describes him not with the language of crushes or romantic longing, but with the reverence reserved for someone who shaped her career and gave her strength. Even decades later, when the two returned to film The Matrix Resurrections, Moss confessed that Keanu's presence had become so deeply ingrained in her life that she felt it even when he wasn't there. She explained that working without him at her side was strange, almost as if a part of her professional compass was missing. His energy lingered, like the steady voice of a best friend guiding her, reminding her that she wasn't alone. That kind of connection is rare in Hollywood. It is not built on fleeting attraction or the excitement of novelty. It is forged in shared hardship, mutual respect, and the unspoken recognition that two people can make each other better simply by standing side by side. This is why Moss's admiration for Keanu feels so profound. It is not infatuation. It is trust that has been tested, admiration that has been earned, and gratitude that has deepened over decades. If Sandra and Keanu are the what if, then Carrie-Anne and Keanu are the always, a reminder that true partnership can be just as moving, just as enviable as any great love story. The wider chorus. The list doesn't end there. Kelly Ripa once admitted to kissing a cardboard cutout of him backstage. Suki Waterhouse picked Keanu as the best-looking 50-year-old over Jason Momoa. Paula Abdul sighed, "I wish," when asked if they ever dated. Interviewers from Graham Norton to Geek Bomb openly gush, leaving Keanu blushing. This isn't isolated. It's a chorus, spanning age groups, genres, and decades. Why Keanu is irresistible. So what explains this enduring thirst? Humility in fame. He avoids ego and entitlement. Authenticity. What you see is what you get. Gentleness in masculinity. He proves strength can be kind. Timelessness. At nearly 60, his appeal spans generations. In an industry obsessed with image, Keanu is admired because he is real. So, what does it mean when half of Hollywood openly admits to crushing on one man? Maybe it's not just thirst. Maybe it's a hunger for something rare, decency, humility, and authenticity. Keanu Reeves reminds us that the most magnetic quality is not power or beauty, but kindness. That's why co-stars keep confessing, interviewers keep blushing, and audiences keep adoring. Here's the final question. Do you think Keanu Reeves is the last true gentleman in Hollywood? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Keanu moment in the comments. Because while Hollywood thirsts for many, it seems to truly adore only one.